Welcome to the HMA's first virtual tour. And I want to say thank you to Ron Jones Hardwood for letting us into their facility and doing this. And if you're not speaking, it would be really handy if you turned off or you muted your mic. So we tend to get feedback during these meetings that seems to be a little bit tough on the participants. So if you're not speaking, if you could turn off your mic, that would be great. And again, thank you, Steve Jones, for helping us out. And Linda, I guess that's about all I got. So if you want to take it away.
Thank you, Troy. I just want to let everybody know it's great to be with you all today. I'm not sure if this is easier than rounding everyone up to get on the bus, but I know I don't have to worry about anybody looking in the rear view mirror for anyone running to catch up. A little housekeeping before we begin. If you don't have your camera turned off, please turn off your camera. Please mute your mic and mute your cell phones, because sometimes if your cell phone's sitting by your computer, that'll give reverb just as well. Depending on your system, those icons might be located at either the top or the bottom toolbars of the screen, or they might be next to your name if you can see the participant list. Just turn them off. If you are a presenter, please don't forget to turn your mic on when it's your turn to jump in. And when the tour is finished, everyone can feel free to open up their camera and their mic because we will have a short Q&A. So here we go. The bus is ready.
My name is Steve Jones, president of Ron Jones Hardwood Sales and Jones Hardwoods. Today we are at our facility here in Franklin, Pennsylvania, and we welcome you here. And I'm very honored to welcome you here for the Hardwood Manufacturers Regional Fall Tour. Actually, this is the very first virtual live tour as well, so this is going to be very exciting for everybody, and I hope you certainly enjoy it. Jones Hardwoods, we've been here for 28 years now. We started in 1992 at this facility, and we're situated on 8 acres, and we are a concentration yard. So our buying region is about 150-mile radius. So we buy into western Pennsylvania, northeastern Ohio, and northwestern New York State. The areas that we service as a concentration yard is the regional markets here in this area. We also handle the national markets and the international markets. So we're covering selling to manufacturers, small to medium shops, distribution yards, flooring operations. So we cover pretty much the whole gamut. We're a family operation. I am second generation, and my father, Ron Jones, started the operation. My son, which would be a third generation, just started here about 3 months ago, and he studied and learned international business and marketing. We've got, at this site right here, we have 28 employees. They're all very dedicated people. We've got a great team assembled, and we're just looking forward to the growth that's going to continue to happen. Just slow, steady growth is perfect for us.
Hello all HMA tour attendees. This is the real Steve Jones. My father, Ron Jones, our founder and CEO, started Ron Jones Hardwood Sales in the year 1983, located in Union City, Pennsylvania, where our sales and administration team is headquartered. On the left, you will see our most recent upgrade and improvement to our facility, our green grading line that we will be touring in just a short bit. You will also see our air dry yard ready to build additional green inventory, our T-sheds, our center wall fan sheds for air drying lumber. Next, you will see 8 of our 50,000 board feet capacity SII dry kilns, kiln dried storage sheds, in our newly built maintenance garage. Again, here's another aerial view. Our concentration yard is designed to flow, starting at the bottom left of your screen, flowing in a clockwise direction, to make for a lean flow of hardwood lumber from start to finish. This view of the lumber yard has us looking towards the west. We have a nice gentle flow of westerly wind to help air dry lumber. We are located in the beautiful valley of the rolling hills of Franklin, Pennsylvania. We show you this view of our old and tired maintenance garage so we can demonstrate what can be done with an old brick building. We transformed this structure into a new yard office, conference room, break rooms, and most importantly, a showplace for hardwood lumber. The remodel of this building far exceeded our expectations. We now have a yard office that anchors our facility, provides clean office space, and offers room to grow for years to come. Let me take you on a tour. The entryway is hickory paneling with black cherry molding.
Hi, welcome to Jones Hardwoods.
Our goal is to design an inviting conference room that includes the wall of species that we manufacture and produce. The complementing wall is a premium grade black cherry with hard maple barn doors and walnut cabinetry. Here's another view. This is the second floor looking into the management's break room on the left. The design concept was to allow light and openness of workspaces. This is a wood art wall for conversation pieces. This wall is red oak color and grade for that our customers require. This red oak rustic wall is what most non-hardwood visitors actually really like. Another view of the wood art wall of our marketed hardwood lumber products. We included all the thicknesses and species that we manufacture and produce. We want a pleasing, abstract image. The stair treads are of 10-inch and wider 6/4 red oak, sanded lightly in retaining the rustic circle pattern of sawmill marks, surrounded by black cherry and industrial steel railing, all while retaining an open space design.
Hello, my name is Ben Krieg from Jones Hardwoods, and I would like to show you our new green line. This green line took us about a year to build. We started running it in November of 2019, and I'll take you from the beginning to the end. Now, the beginning is our in-feed deck. We designed it so it could hold a tractor trailer load of lumber at one time, so our forklift drivers ain't as busy loading the line and unloading the line. It kind of evens everything out. Second, we go to our waterfall deck. And the waterfall deck really helps a lot out during the winter, breaking up packages when it's frozen. And after that, it goes to our unscrambler. After unscrambler, it goes to a board dealer, then it singles out the boards to the graders. We can use two or one graders at one time. We installed a Cypress grade mark reader, which if we have two graders, we can use two different color crayons. And it'll separate the colors so we know what grader's doing what. And after that, it measures the width and length of the board and goes through our trimmer. And then it measures it again for our tally. Then we have a 75-foot chain which sends it to the stacker. On the stacker, we have lasers every foot apart that we lay sticks on. So no matter who's laying sticks, we just plug and play. After that, each pack gets end coated with wax from UC Coatings. Then it goes out into our air dry yard.
Hi, this is Chris Fair from UC Coatings. Thanks for HMA and Steve Jones for allowing me to speak for a few minutes here. I just want to say a few things. It's important to educate your employees about why they're using Anchor Seal, teach them best practices for applying. We recommend spraying using a picture framing technique by coating the outside boards first, then filling in the middle with a nice even coating, spraying to the point where it's ready to drip, but don't overspray.
This is Ben again. I want to talk to you guys about our PLC room. This is the brains of our operation. Now, we had a very unique circumstance when we put this line in. We had to split a line in two. I put a trimmer right in the middle of a line that wasn't there. This is the PLC cabinet for the trimmer itself. Now, the problem we had was we had to make this cabinet talk to our tally system cabinet, which is our USNR cabinet. This is our USNR cabinet. So like I said before, it was hard for us to take one PLC, make it talk to another PLC. It was quite the experience, and we had to bring in a PLC guy from Arkansas named Rick Hogue from ICS Systems, and he integrated all this. This is our Cypress grade mark reader. This system allowed us to almost triple our production. We used to stand, walk in the line. Now we grade from the end. It also gives us a more positive cut because we can write how many feet we want to cut off each board, and it cuts it. If it's above the mark, it cuts the far end. If it's below the mark, it cuts the near end. We also can put two graders on the line using two separate colors, and it actually tells you what graders using blue, what graders using lime. It tells you what they graded that day. So if there is an issue, we go back to it. It's just a really nice system to have. This is our tally computer from ICS Systems. We had this built especially for us and how we rescale our lumber coming in. I can pull out width sorts. I can pull out width sorts and grades to kick out. We also set up our packs, our air dried packs on this. Now this screen right here, this section's our last 10. It gives us your board footage up to the board, your total number of pieces ran, your total lugs, your lug fill efficiency, how many rejects.
your board feet per hour. This system, I can literally do a changeover in 2 minutes. A length changeover on a system takes 30 seconds. This is your bay monitor. It tells you how many pieces, how many inches are in the pack at any certain time. And this is my tally ticket system. Now, when I reach a certain number of inches, it automatically prints out me a tally and a tag up at the stacker. This system is set up for people not to even think, basically. We've tried to make it as easy as we can for the employees so they could just grade lumber. This system is very efficient, very limited downtime, and it helps us meet our goals on a daily basis.
Hello to all our HMA friends and virtual attendees. I'm Dan Matthews with SII Dry Kilns, and we're pleased to be sponsoring the Jones Hardwood Tour. Fan sheds at Jones Hardwoods allow larger holding capacities because it holds loads from both sides of the center fan wall and are capable of removing significant amounts of moisture from green lumber, which reduces kiln charge times, allowing additional charges to be processed per year. Because there's no heat associated with a fan shed, the total cost for operation is electricity for the fan motors only. By utilizing VFDs, the costs are reduced because the fans rarely need to operate at full speed, allowing the operators to take advantage of the power savings created by the variable speed controls. While not an issue for the Jones yard, other customers have found that the ability to reduce air speeds also reduce the amount of noise created, and the ability to reduce the noise at night has been very helpful where neighbors are close by. Unfortunately, the fan sheds do not bring any value when temperatures are below freezing for long periods. At Jones Hardwoods, the fan sheds typically run from early April until late November, which provides 8 months of use per year in this climate. These fan sheds work well at removing moisture from all species and are especially effective for keeping white woods white.
My name is Brian Haskins. I'm the kiln operator for Jones Hardwoods here in Franklin. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how our fan sheds work off of a humidistat. What happens is if we have a real wet day and the humidity is high, we do not want to push that moisture across the lumber on a real humid day. What we normally shoot for, and our humidistats are set at a certain percentage, we will, when it gets to that humidity level, gets to the dry part of it, it will automatically kick our fans on and blow dry air across our lumber, which is much more efficient for the drying process. Right now we're going to discuss our kiln drying operation here at Jones Hardwoods. We currently run 8 SII dry kilns that hold 50,000 board feet per kiln. All of that at this facility is fired by this boiler. This is a 250 horsepower Superior boiler. That runs all 8 of our dry kilns individually through kiln charges and anything else that we put them through. And now if you'll follow me in here, I'd like to explain some more about our kiln drying operation. All of our kilns are operated by the SII controllers. Each one of these controllers runs a different kiln through its kiln charge phase. We also use the Yaskawa variable drives for the range of the amount of air we want to put to the kilns throughout a kiln charge. So that gives us the ability to dry many different species, from oak to cherry to poplar to ash to maple. Along with these drives, which it is very important for us to be able to adjust our airflow as the moisture content comes down through the kiln charge. Now over here, we have the SII Kiln Dry computer system that monitors all our kilns. We run all 8 kilns from this computer. This gives us the ability to be able to pay attention to moisture control, our heat valves, whether our boiler's running or not, during times that we're not here. This is also very compatible with a cell phone or a tablet device, so we can run on the evenings and the weekends and keep track of everything. Our kilns samples are weighed out every day. Every morning we weigh them out to get the proper moisture content of everything. Our charge will go anywhere from, depending on the species of the lumber, from 5 days to 45 days. And we weigh them out every day so that we make sure we're down to the proper moisture content at the end of the charge. We will go through what is called a conditioning process, and then we do a stress test at the end of that. Before the kiln charge is released or done, the stress test is done to make sure that everything is good to go.
These aluminum and stainless steel kilns were built in phases. Originally, we built 4 kilns in 1991, then 1 more in 94, then another in 99. The last 2 kilns seen in front of the others were built in 2017. We appreciate that the Jones family have been loyal customers, and their support of our products within the industry has been priceless. Beyond the support Ron and Steve have given our company is the long-term friendship that our families have had dating back to 1991, when my father Paul and Ron signed the first kiln order. As most of us know, the hardwood industry is unique in that way. Business can be done with a handshake, customers can become lifelong friends. SI is proud to be a part of it.
We are a concentration yard, and at the concentration yard, we're drying a multitude of many different species. We're basically a boutique lumber yard, and we're drying cherry, ash, red oak and white oak, soft and hard maple, hickory, and walnut. The main thicknesses that we do dry are 4 through 8 quarter material. We also do some 3/4 in red oak. We've been really happy with the customers that we have, and we're always looking at the next opportunity out there as well.
This is our kiln-dried grading line and infeed deck. Our lumber is even-ended to the left side of the chain. This is our tilt hoist for desticking lumber. The stickers fall through the chain slots and are conveyed to a stick unscrambler. As of this time, we are opting to have an infeed deck operator to control the desired flow of lumber, fix any hiccups along the way, and tend to the stickers as they accumulate in the stick bundler. As you can see, the lumber is spaced out for the grader with automated timing that flow directly to the lumber grader. The lumber grader then lugs the lumber for the drop saw trimmer, grades the lumber from the end, then applies a grade mark for each grade. The lumber grader's job here is actually timed to where he has 2 seconds to make all of this happen. The chain keeps a constant flow of lumber to the lumber grader. We have found that we are more productive when the chain controls the speed of the lumber to the lumber grader rather than the lumber grader determining the speed of our production. Also, during this lumber inspection, the lumber grader has the discretion to cut back any kiln defects that may be present on the board to achieve the best possible grade and yield. As you see, the lumber coming out of the trimmer has evenly spaced timing for the ease of the lumber handlers. Each lumber handler is looking for the grade marks to determine what cart the lumber is to be piled. Each bundle is carefully strapped along with corner protectors at specific uniform locations. Our team works daily on achieving the best possible packaging that creates a package pleasing for our customers.
Good afternoon. This is Mike Ballard of Sawmill MD and part of the Vision Tally team that worked with Steve and his staff on the Vision Tally project at Jones Hardwoods. Vision Tally is proud to be an HMA sponsor and wants to thank Linda and the team at Jones Hardwood for asking us to be part of this virtual tour. Once the pack is loaded on the Malott platform with integrated scales, the weight is recorded for the pack and the operator activates the Vision Tally scan. Once the operator starts the scan, the Vision Tally does its job scanning while the operator is free to go do other tasks if required. The Vision Tally system is a laser LiDAR-based system that measures true width and length of each board in the pack. The lasers on the even end side of the pack measure the width of each board, and the LiDARs on the far end measure the length of each board. Scanning time for the standard Vision Tally is approximately 2.5 minutes, and the Vision Tally high-speed scans at approximately 70 seconds. The display shows the dimension of each board to the operator while displaying different colors to designate different nominal lengths. Once the operator accepts the scan, the information is sent to the ticket printer and the customer's inventory system. No waiting to upload in batches, since Vision Tally updates the inventory in real time. Quite a few of our customers have told us that in addition to consistent, accurate lumber tallies, that the Vision Tally shows up to work every day, doesn't call in sick, and never takes a break. Thanks again to the HMA and Jones Hardwood for the opportunity for Vision Tally to be part of the first HMA virtual regional tour.
Hi, my name is Kevin Williams. I work with quality control and load readiness. All of our lumber, after it is ran across the kiln dried line and tallied, is instantly live in the TallyWorks system. It's applied to the loads there or to our inventory. That way we know exactly what we have every minute of the day. It then comes out to our paint shed where we paint it, logo it, stencil it according to the customer's needs. We try to have all of our packs packaged identical, whether it's low-grade lumber or the higher-end lumber, so that there's no distinct differences in appearance. It all looks the same. It's all appealing to the customers and pleasing to the eye. During our quality control, we randomly check our inspectors, our handlers, and the Vision Tally a number of times during the day, just to make sure that everybody is consistent and doing the proper job. We're not looking to get anybody in trouble. We just want to ensure a quality product for all of our customers.
This is our maintenance garage, just another recent improvement to repair, fix, and upgrade this facility. The past 4 years, we have worked to adapt with continuous improvement ideas. We have implemented ideas to be a production-oriented facility and to do what we can do better. A shout out and praise to all of our company team members that continue to make it happen each and every day. Well, this has been fun. We hope you have enjoyed the tour of our facility and in the process learned a little bit more about our company. We are so happy and pleased you could be with us today. Importantly, we want to thank today's sponsor. We thank Dan Matthews, the Paul Matthews family, and the entire SII Dry Kiln team for being with us from the very beginning. We are very pleased to be associated with such a truly wonderful and exceptional family company. We thank Paul Bennett, Mike Ballard, and the Industrial Vision Systems team. Vision Tally is a reliable and trusted tally system that shows up to work each and every day. Walt McElveen grasped the vision and made this revolutionary laser tally system a reality. In addition, we want to thank Eric Degenfelder, Chris Fair, and the entire UC Coatings team through the years, your company has been a dependable end coat and end paint supplier. In addition, we want to thank you for being such a wonderful advocate for the hardwood industry. We thank the HMA, the Board of Directors, and Linda Jovanovich for setting up this virtual tour. Please give credit to Linda for her vision, hard work, and task management.
Hey, thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Before we move on, I cannot thank you and Nate enough for welcoming us to your facility in Franklin and giving us this opportunity and being the guinea pigs for our first virtual regional tour. Mike Ballard, the Sawmill MD with Industrial Vision Systems, Dan Matthews, President of SII, and Chris Fair, Eastern Region Sales Director at UC Coatings. Thank you all for your continued support of the HMA and sponsoring today's tour. I hope all of you found value in our collaboration. I ask any of you who are not registered for Thursday's Sawmill Tour at Matson to register today and invite anyone of your team that might benefit from the event to join us as well. I'd like to call upon any of you, if you'd like to open up your cameras, open up your mics and ask questions, pose them to Steve, Dan, Mike, or Chris, or anybody else that's on the call. Fire away. Anybody have any questions? I just unmuted all of you, I think. I don't know. I think I unmuted everybody.
So I see you guys have a trimmer on your green side and a trimmer on the dry side. What about any straight line rips or something to edge any weight off?
Yeah, we didn't show that. We do have it on the kiln dried side that we pull any rips off to the side that we can't upgrade, and we do that when we have downtime, and then we filter that lumber. We regrade that lumber and filter it right back in. But yeah, that's a great question, and we don't have the capacity in the green line, but we do that on the kiln dried line.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how much upgrade you can get with your straight line rips?
I guess that varies. All we know is if it's a one common grade and we can make it an FAS, we're going to do it. So if we need to end trim it, or we need to take that to that rip saw, we're going to do it. But in a big run, we could have at least a full cart of rips. And I mean, if we can make that into a one common grade or an FAS grade rather than throwing it out or lowering the grade, we're going to do it.
Definitely. Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Great question.
Hey, Steve, this is Troy. Hey, thanks so much for doing this and being our first one. We really appreciate it. And you and your team are fantastic. So I wanted to say that. And I actually do have a question to go with that too, Steve. Can you explain again the science behind the fan direction in your fan sheds based on humidity in the air? I didn't quite catch all that.
Well, I think Dan Matthews can go into explain that a little bit better. I know one of the reasons why we initially put it in. Number one, it acts like some extra dry kills because we're lowering that moisture content quicker. Number two, we can actually control the lumber easier that way too. So it gives us a chance that lumber is not staining on an air dry yard or underneath the tea shed. Now we're actually putting a lot of air to that lumber quicker. So being a concentration yard, it works ideally for us. Dan can explain a little bit more some of the other intrinsic values there.
Troy, very simply what they showed out there was a humidistat. That is, when you have high humidity levels, you really do not want to run those fans and induce that moisture back into the lumber. So what it's going to do is sense a high humidity condition, which you have the ability to customize to what your area requires or what you feel is best. Then beyond that, the fact that you're loading from both sides of the fan walls means that you're going to have a positive and a negative side. And in doing that, while you're pulling moisture from the negative side through the positive, because these are reversing fans, you have the ability to either have them alternate every so many hours, much like you do in a kiln, or if you have prevailing winds from one direction to another, you may find that you're much better to blow against that wind in some cases and not check lumber and be able to use the fans to actually counteract some of the prevailing winds. So we've seen people use these in a multitude of ways, but that in essence covers what we primarily look at.
Sure. Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
Just
Anybody
run
else?
along. Is Steve or Ron? Is that 250 horsepower? How's that do with 400,000 feet of kiln capacity? Have you had problems with the capacity?
Ben, are you on the line here?
Yes.
Or Dan? Yeah, we do not have any trouble with our boiler keeping up. We're running natural gas, and we run them all summer, all winter, and never have any problems. Dan, can you relay on that anymore?
The only thing I would throw out real quickly for Wayne, I think it's Wayne asking the question, but the only thing I would say is that given the fact that you do run such a mix of hardwoods, that still the rule of thumb holds that basically about a half a horsepower, in real simple terms, about a half a horsepower per 1,000 board feet of drying capacity is a reasonable number to look at. So in the particular case here, you should be able to operate with mixed species in the range of around 200 horsepower, should handle up to 400,000. In certain times in the winter, or if you're running a lot of poplar and hard maple, for example, that might stress things, because then you're going to see that number go up a little bit from the half a horsepower. But if you're doing a lot of 8/4 and so forth, and that's really more of an oaks and slower drying species, you can see that number get down more around a third of a horsepower. But again, you have to have at least 4 or 5 kilns to begin to spread that load a little bit. So the number that you've got with the horsepower you have makes complete sense to me.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, well, I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts regarding these virtual tours, negative or positive. Drop me a note or email me. I have a feeling that this is just going to be the first of many. And if you're interested in opening your facility to the HMA and your fellow HMAers, give me a call. I'd love to make plans to work on that with you. So on a normal tour, right about now, I'd probably be pulling the coolers out from under the bus. But unfortunately, you're going to need to take that responsibility upon yourself this time. Thank you all again for joining us. Thank you, Steve and Nate. And I look forward to seeing everybody Thursday at Matson Lumber with Bert, Craig, and his crew. Everybody have a great afternoon. Stay safe out there, and thanks again so much for joining us.
Thank you, Linda.
Hey, we certainly enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for attending today.
Great. See y'all soon.
Thanks
Bye
a
now.
lot.